Hello friends, it is me, Rhea Peterson. How's it going? Today I have a lot of organizing and some cleaning and tidying to share with you. As you can see, my kids' Lego room is just a disaster, and I teased a little bit of this on my Instagram earlier in the week, but I am determined to get these Legos colorized, and so that is the main theme of this video. But I also need to keep my house in order and make other videos, so I've got some cleanup after my meal prep video in my kitchen, in addition to just I have one other organizing project, and I need to clean up a couple areas in my house too. So that is what is happening today, and I'm excited to share it with you all. If you are new here, my name is Rhea Peterson. I upload multiple times a week covering things like food, organization, cleaning, mom life, all sorts of stuff, and I'm really glad that you are here. I'm not going to waste much more time. We're going to just kind of dig in. I'm already organizing Legos, but don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get going. So I started this project kind of on a whim. I was in there trying to convince my kids that it was time to clean up the Legos, and we were working our way through it. And finally I was like, hey, what would you think if these were all colorized? And my kids instantly started thinking of the pros over the cons, which usually it's the other way around. So we kind of tucked in. They were very enthusiastic for the first few minutes. They did lose interest, but I did not, and I am bound and determined to get this done. So this was hours and hours of my time, but honestly, so far, very worth it. I've got my headphones in. I'm currently like binge watching Suits because it's on Netflix now. Don't hate it. It's not bad, actually. And I am just going through, I kind of get bigger pieces out of the way, and then I just zero in on a specific color, try to find all of those, and then move on to another color, obviously. And this was, normally I don't have much footage to cut through, but I have hours of me just sorting Legos. Oh, it took so long. But my kids would jump in and help sometimes. Other times they were a little unhelpful, but this was day one. I was really confident it wouldn't take that long to do, and then reality set in. Ugh. Okay, so we have one big bin left here. We're almost done with this one, but otherwise it's just all the stuff they're currently playing with and some stragglers. We're almost done. It's only taken me 3 hours. Yeah, ugh, my back hurts. We're gonna go get some lunch, me and Cal, and then come back to it, and hopefully we'll finish it today. Sweet, naive, past Rhea had no idea just how long this was going to take her. Hear the confidence in her voice. I thought, sure, I have time. I'm gonna do my meal prep because we had eaten everything else for the week that I'd already prepped, and I was ready to do it. So I did that and filmed it, and then decided to just record my cleanup. Normally, I don't make a huge mess, and this one's not bad, but I wasn't putting the dishes in the dishwasher as I went, so I made a little bit more of a mess for myself, and I managed to get enough meat and everything made that I had stuff for dinner, so I had to pack up all of that as well, and it was just a whole thing. But I'm going to get all of my meal prep stuff cleaned up and organized, get the kitchen tidied, and then I am going to head back to the Legos. But because I'm me, and because I had just done meal prep and I'd been using raw meat and everything, I did want to make sure that everything was cleaned really well before I went back to the Legos. So I'm going to get the dishes done. I'm going to clean the sink, wipe everything down, and then move on to the Legos again. Oh boy.
I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown, before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes?
Okay, so I'm finally getting the dishes all done. I'm gonna get all that cleaned up and then clean the sink. I am just looking at my calendar and realizing that July is almost over and it's almost August, and I cannot believe it. I was just sorting through my kids' clothes for back to school, and now I need to start getting stuff, and I'm realizing we have not gone on enough adventures this summer. What have you guys been doing? What adventures have you been on? How is everything? How's your summer going? Are you excited for your kids to go back to school? Not excited? Is it mixed feelings? I have mixed feelings about it. I do like having my kids around, but I also like having some space. And Alice is starting preschool this year, so I'm going to actually have a couple hours completely to myself, and it's going to be wild. It's the first time in 10 years. Hugo turns 10 this week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for him. Double digits. Do you guys do special things for your double digit kids? Is there a special tradition or anything? His big thing is that he'll get to brush his teeth by himself because the dentist said that we should brush them until they are double digits. And that's the thing. That's been the motivator. Wow, I'm going to be able to brush my teeth by myself. We still check his work and stuff. It's fine. But what do you guys do? How's your summer? How is everything? Leave a comment or a bunch of comments. I love to hear it all. We can have a fun conversation.
Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. But I'm not gonna wake up.
The sink is all clean, which is awesome. I'm just oiling my cast iron pan. I know you're supposed to heat it, and people will put it in the oven or put it over the burner to heat it. But honestly, I just kind of spaced it this time. And I often forget to do that, but I've never had a problem. If you are a cast iron expert and I'm making a huge mistake, please, let me know. If you could be nice about it, that'd be great. But I make sure that it's oiled, and I make sure that it's clean. I use my Scour Daddies to clean it, which is the steel wool sponge, the Scrub Daddy version of that. And I scrub it out, and I clean it, but I'm not heating it. And I feel like maybe I'm missing a big step, and I can't remember if it's completely 100% necessary. So help me. Now I'm just getting the stove wiped down. For this, I'm using Thieves Cleaner to wipe everything down. I use the pink stuff in the sink. I'll link all of the products that I can in the description box below. And if I miss any, let me know. But yeah, everything should be in there for you. So I am just cleaning up. I call it my garbage bowl, but it's technically compost. It's all the food scraps and stuff. I don't put it in the garbage. I put it in our yard waste bin, and then our county will dispose of it, and they compost things, and you can get compost from them. It's a great thing, but I really want to get, is it Loamy? Like it's that on your counter composter, because we do have a garden. And I mean, they look like they are quite the investment. And so I haven't really been able to pull the trigger yet, but if you have one, and like, let me know in the comments, do you like it? Pros and cons, because I have put it in my cart a number of times and been really close to getting it, especially when we get into like heavy produce season. But I don't know, is it worth it? I hope it is. I would love to do something like that to make it just a little bit more accessible, because we can't do like a big old stinky composter in our backyard because there are HOA. But I would do something like that. It looks really, really cool. So again, let me know in the comments if you have one of the Loamy compost things, and let me know what you think of it. I'll link it just so like you know what I'm talking about in the description box. But they look really cool, but I'm just not sure if it's a good idea. So let me know. How adorable is she? She's so cute. I was moving Harley's dog bed. We have to keep it behind the couch because she'll slip and fall a lot because she's so old. So we have to keep like jump off points for her everywhere. They drive me nuts, but also I know I'll be sad when I don't need them anymore. So I'm fine with them just being everywhere. Back to the Legos. This, like, it's not a terrible project, but like my kids would discover stuff, and like I'm collecting all of the minifigure pieces, and my kids like pull the arms, like the whole arm out. My poor husband, it drives us nuts, especially my husband, because he's like a big, like Legos were his whole life as a kid. Still kind of are, but who doesn't love Legos? Anyways, so I had to be really careful and find like all the people pieces, and then my kids would get so excited because they were like, yay, you found the arms, and then they dump them all out, and it drove me nuts. But I spent another hour or two up there, and then Connor reminded me that it was like almost bedtime and we hadn't had dinner yet, and so I had to stop. But now we are into the next day. I am tucking in. I found the right angle to share it with you this time finally. I put on my very favorite jeans. I love these jeans. I'll link them. They're so comfortable. I got them on Amazon. I'm watching Suits. I had a snack. All very exciting. I'm still watching Suits, and it's getting pretty intense. Spoiler alert. Lewis just figured out Mike's thing, and Lewis is really, really mad, and he's like blackmailing Jessica. It's this whole thing right now, and it's very intense, and I'm very invested. But we are still getting everything sorted, and a lot of this is sped up like by 20 times. It's very fast. This took, I think I cut down an hour of footage down to, I want to say like 3 to 5 minutes, which, you know, go me, but holy cow, it's just so much sorting. I feel like I'm not really selling this to you. I'm only talking about how long it took, but honestly, this was really, really worth it. I had 8 bins to work with, and I just did it by color. So orange and yellow were together. All the purples and pinks were together, grays and blacks, and then the browns and creams, and then the other colors that are left. What did I leave out? White and red. So we just kind of went by shades. My husband told me there's like 150 different colors of Legos. And he did at one point, look, we did it. We did it. He did at one point start sorting them into like little Sterilite bins, but it was a lot. And it was for his Legos, not even the kids' Legos. So we're kind of obsessed. Wow, now that I'm really talking about it, maybe this is excessive. This might be excessive, but I'm going to get them put away, and then I'm going to show you the finished little area. It's very exciting. Okay. for the most part, it's done. I mean, I couldn't completely disassemble all of the project. So we've got our colors here. I went for the good old
giant builds to put in.
We've got the Roy G. Biv action here, and then I labeled these 3 leftover bins with a letter for their name. Good job, Cal. So they can put their projects in there. And they're nice and safe.
Bye.
What do you think, Cal? Do you like the new system?
Yes.
Do you think you'll be able to put stuff away
Yes.
in the right spot?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, we've got all our colors here. And then these are all the pieces of minifigures. Cal started sorting them in his little suitcase. But it's gonna be a bit. So this works too for now until we maybe figure out a better system. And then all of the Mario pieces, their bins with their letters so they can put their stuff in. And then we have instruction manuals, and then I grabbed one of these and it has some of their tools in them. And we got these bins at Ikea, and they're super handy. We got them in every size. That way they can build their stuff and it won't fall apart and it can stay contained. Sorting is done. We did it.
But all my builds were.
You're gone now. Will you call me back? Yeah, I know.
So satisfying. I'm so glad it's done, and my kids are doing a pretty good job keeping it all together, which is awesome. One of the things that has been kind of in the back of my head was this bench in my living room. I used to keep like all of my piano music in it, but I've really pared that down. And I wanted to get the black bowl off the mantle where we keep like the Nintendo Switch controllers and the remotes and everything. Alice can't even really reach it, and it just was inconvenient. So that was my goal, was to clean out this bench. It was a quick little thing, and I was on like an organizing high after finishing the Legos. So I'm just leaning into it, and we're gonna get that done. I had 1 bin left from a previous organizing excursion to put the remotes in, and I'm just getting everything kind of cleaned up. Alice has this box of letters and numbers that I got her a while ago that she loves. So when it's like reading time, a lot of the times she will get that out and match up the letters and the numbers on the cards. I'll show it to you in just a second, but she really loves it. And it's nice to have like little activities for her to do. Like if the boys are playing a game and she's just not that interested, or they're reading and she doesn't really want to sit and read a book, she wants to do something more active. So I kind of keep things down at her level that she can get. They're actually right now doing Play-Doh, but she ditched them and stole the little cooking thing for the Play-Doh because she wanted to help with the letters. But that thing's really awesome. I'll link it. And then she likes to do the dots stuff as well. But it looks so much better. I'm really stoked. That bench is closing. It looks like it's not, but it does close. But now it's just kind of finishing up the tidying, some of the areas that just were ignored while I was hyper-focused on the Legos. So I'm going to get the living room all cleaned up and vacuumed, and then I need to dust. It's so dusty in there. I can't remember when I last did it. Do you have like a dusting schedule, or are your surfaces the kinds of surfaces that you can just kind of forget that it's a thing? Because mine are, with all of the white and everything. I forget that you should dust. So I'm leaning into that. I'm going to dust, and then we're going to vacuum, and the living room's going to look amazing.
You're gone now, but you're coming back. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your destination.
is done, and now just one last thing for the day, and that is putting the mudroom back together. I'm a big fan of Gooder sunglasses for running. They are my favorites, and we have them in a lot of colors because they're really affordable, but I'll get them out and then not put them away. And then Alice will play with them. And so when I do grab a pair to go running, they're covered in fingerprints. So I'm getting them put away. I should have cleaned them before I put them away because I'm sure Alice has already had her way with them. But I needed to get them all put away. I do keep a pair in my car. And then the beach bag needed to also be cleaned out. Alice had the chore stick tidy up the mudroom, and it was her job to get it all cleaned up. And she did put all of the shoes away, which was really, really great. But there were just a couple of things that she missed. So I'm going to get that finished up. The mudroom has just kind of been in disarray, and I just really wanted to get it nice and cleaned up again. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to get everything put away, and then I'm going to vacuum in here and in the hallway. But otherwise, like, this is it. This is the last thing on the list. Lots of organizing done, big tasks accomplished. Plus, my house isn't a complete and utter disaster afterwards because I took time to just do little bits of things in between the Legos. But I'm so happy with how that project turned out. But anyways, I hope that this video was motivating for you. If you've got a big task that's time consuming, I hope this kind of motivates you just to sort of lean into it and get it done. It took a long time, but it was so worth it. And I got a lot of episodes of Suits watched, so that's a pro, right? But anyways, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. If you aren't already, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, that's it. I'm going to finish up vacuuming the hallway, and that's going to be everything. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.